The organiser of the Titanic Half Marathon and 10K yesterday has defended the event's arrangements. Many of the runners took to social media afterwards to complain that it had been poorly organised, with the half marathon route falling short of the official 13.1-mile distance. Andy Pagg reports.
The start of a long slog, but not quite as long as it should have been, because the route of yesterday's Titanic half marathon was, well, half a mile short. And according to some of the 700 athletes taking part, organisers also skimped on first aid personnel and water stations.
On the way around there was one water station which I passed and had no water at it. There was another one at halfway which I managed to get water at, and that was it for a half marathon. That's not enough water to be taken on board over the course of about 2 hours. And to finish that at the end after 12.5 miles and not have any water was quite dangerous on a warm day. I believe there was one St John's ambulance here, which is not really enough for how many people there were involved. You know, there should have been spaced out around the course several St John's ambulances and things like that, and it just was not safe.
Officials from Athletics Northern Ireland were on hand to observe the race organisers and had originally sanctioned the event.
They led us to believe that they would adhere to what we wanted them to do. There's sort of a set criteria, and they assured us they would do it. Everything from preparation the night before, whether we're going to put up, directional signs and mile markers and that, and a marshal's briefing on the morning of the race, sufficient toilets, signs, etc., etc. It just didn't happen, unfortunately. So that's the position that we were left in.
It's very difficult for someone signing up to a race. How can they know that the race is going to be well organised?
Well, if it's one which is officially organised by Athletics Northern Ireland or one of the many clubs throughout the province that organise it, whether that be in Derry, Bangor, Ballymena, wherever, you'd have reassurance then that the event would be properly run.
Today, the Facebook page and website for the event have disappeared. After repeated calls, we managed to get hold of William Anderson, the race organiser. He wouldn't do an interview, but he told me that they had provided 900 small bottles of water at the finish and that the first aid arrangements had been sanctioned. Andy Pagg, BBC Newsline.